Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So I know it's been a while since I last posted, but with Hurricane Sally going on and everything, Florida has just been a nightmare for weather. I haven't been able to really do anything. And I know Alabama and all that's taking a beating. My thoughts and prayers are going out to them, first of all. But I just want to let you guys know that because of the weather and all that, I really just haven't been able to make a whole lot. But today's the first day in a while that we've actually got really good weather. But I wanted to talk to you guys about the 97 again. I've been getting a lot of comments and stuff on my popular video about why I think the 96 and 98 Cobras are the best Mustang for $10,000 or less. And everyone always comments about, you know, a lot of certain parts that are done on the Slobra. So I figured I would make this video just to kind of tell you guys what's all done to it. I think I'll categorize it in certain aspects. Like, I think the first category will be for performance and horsepower related. Second category will be suspension, and third category will be for all the aesthetics done to the car. All right, guys, so starting off with the car, we have a JLT straight tube air intake done on the car. If you guys can read this, we have Screamin' Demon coil packs done on the car. We have BBK underdrive pulleys on the car. I'll just come around back and show you guys the back, but I'll tell you about the exhaust. So for the exhaust system, we have stock manifolds. So we have the off-road H-pipe, and we have Flowmaster mufflers on the car, and I'll insert some clips for the exhaust. We also have 355 rear end gears in the car, a short shifter. We also have a 155 LPH fuel pump just because our fuel pump went out a few years ago, so we decided to upgrade it. It's not really like a needed thing or anything. We just decided to go ahead and do that. We have drilled and slotted rotors. They're not named brand or anything. We actually just got them off of eBay. Hey, they look great and they do what they're supposed to do, so pretty cool and cheap. And then while I'm down here, I'll tell you guys about the tires. So we have a Nitto NT555 G2 tires. The fronts are 265s, and the rears are actually 285s. See if I can get a little bottom shot down here. Now, one thing I'll tell you guys that we did, that if anybody has these cars, y'all definitely should do this for sure. But we cleaned out the IMRCs in this car, along with the intake manifold and the little space right here, the throttle body and just all that stuff. Cleaned out all the carbon buildup. My dad's always babied this car, so the secondary valves rarely ever have been opened up. So I mean, he's gotten on the car, but not like a whole bunch. He's always taking really good care of this car. So they opened up around 3250. You know, and there's some clips of how gummed up they were. And when we got done cleaning them, it was probably about a 15 wheel horsepower increase. I mean, we could really feel it in the car when we got done. So I mean, that's another big jump. You're supposed to clean them around every 35,000 miles. We cleaned ours like 130-ish thousand miles for the first time. So like the secondary valves were so gummed up, like I'm surprised they even worked. Like that's how freaking bad it was. But this thing runs awesome now. So that was a big increase. All right, guys, so there's one more thing that we kind of did. It's not necessarily like a huge amount of increase. It was kind of just like a really cool thing that we found out by another YouTuber, actually. His name is on YouTube, SBT Zach, and I think he subscribed to me. So shout out to you, dude, for this. But he actually found this stuff. He took his 90, I think it's a 97 Cobra white on a dyno. I think his car was like pretty much all stock. So he did 2 runs on it and made 257 wheel and 258 wheel. And then he added this stuff right here. This is called MC squared metal conditioner. And what you do is, honestly, you just pour a few ounces in it in the engine, and it literally, this conditioner stuff bonds to your parts, and it's supposed to help them move a little easier and lubricate them a little bit better and stuff like that. And it's supposed to free up a little horsepower. And what he did was he did a 3rd run right after those 2, and he actually gained 8 wheel horsepower and 8 foot-pounds of torque with this thing. So making like 266 wheel horsepower, and I forgot the torque, but this stuff right here is really, really freaking cool. And we put it in the car because the car now has like around 145-ish thousand miles. We didn't really do it for the horsepower increase. We just did it just to kind of help with the engine, since it's pretty much, since it's a stock engine. And we can really feel the engine. It's always been a really good running engine, but it feels even a little bit smoother now. So that's just really, really cool. So shout out to you, Zach, if you guys want to check this stuff out. We also put a McLeod Super Pro Street clutch in this car. If you guys haven't seen the last videos, I highly suggest you guys watch those. But long story short, we had an XD Stage 2 clutch in the car. Was in the car for about 6 years or so. Had about 15 to 20,000 miles on it. Clutch was in perfect condition. But whoever installed the clutch was at a shop when I was in middle school. The clutch completely exploded on me on the way to a car show. Come to find out, the pressure plate fins were warped, and the clutch discs weren't even aligned properly. Clutch disc wasn't aligned properly, and they did a whole bunch of other damage to it. So I went ahead and changed the clutch fork, pivot fork, throwout bearing, pilot bearing, and put the steel flywheel and McLeod Super Pro Street clutch on the car. It handles up to about 450 to 500 horsepower, and it has an extremely light pedal feel. It's the lightest pedal pressure car we have now. Before, this was the heaviest. XD Stage 2 clutches that you guys probably have some. It's got a stupid heavy pedal. So I'm not a big fan of that. But this car, you could daily drive this car freaking so easy. Now with the 355s in this car, it's a freaking dream. All right, guys, so I pretty much talked about all the horsepower stuff that we've done in the car. Now I'll just go ahead and run through the suspension real quick. Honestly, not a whole lot done on the suspension. It literally just has Bilstein shocks and Bilstein springs, and that's honestly it. Everything else in this car is pretty much stock. I wonder if you can see the Bilsteins through here. Yeah, you can see the Bilsteins through here. That's really it. The car probably got I want to say maybe 1.5 inches. My dad says probably an inch drop, but it could be lower. But I actually like where it sits, because since this is just a cruising car, it's sitting at a really good spot. And with the stock manifolds, the shorties, we don't really have to worry about a whole lot of steep spots or anything like that in Florida, because Florida's always got a lot of inclined parking lots and a whole bunch of that stuff. So don't really have to worry anything about that. So it rides and sits probably where we want it to sit. All right, now on to the part where everyone's favorite part now. So I'll start with the hood. So this hood, it's not like your usual cowl hood. I've rarely seen anybody have this specific cowl hood, but this is a 4-inch hood, and it's technically called the Cobra RR cowl hood. It's a fiberglass hood, and like I said, 4-inch high, so a little bit higher than your usual hoods. So I really like that. We got these side scoops off American Muscle, which I really enjoy. We painted all the calipers in red, along with the snakes and the Cobra decals in the back. And one thing I really like about these decals is that I've never seen anybody have these, but these have like a metal flake in these decals. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's really reflective. It's just like cop cars at night. When you have your headlights shine on their decals and it's reflective, these do the exact same thing. And these are so cool. I've never seen anybody else have these. So, really enjoy that. All right, guys, let's go ahead and mention the wheels real quick. So the wheels and tires came as a package off of late model restoration. And the wheels are SVE branded, but the wheels themselves are called NVX wheels. They are a 9.5 up front and they're a 10.5 in the rear. We have 285s in the rear and 265 fronts. And they're 18-inch in diameter all around. So front and rear wheels are 18s, and it's because of the concave look and all that, they look a lot bigger than you'd think. But yeah, they're only 18s, so really, really cool. And then guys, we got these tire lettering from TireStickers.com. They're like around 113 bucks. I really think they really complete the car, so I'm really happy with these. And we get like little tire pans from AutoZone and just clean these up every once in a while and make them look brand new, but I love these tire lettering. Now, I've had a lot of people on my Instagram actually message me and ask me where I got these American flag decals from. And I'll tell you one thing, I haven't seen any SN95s have any pre-made decals for these cars. Here's what you got to do. This is what we did. We went on AmericanMuscle.com, but we went on the S197s and we looked up decals for that car for the rear windows, and they had that flag. So all we did was we ordered them and we just put them on over the car, over the window, and we just cropped them. We traced them, did like an outline, and just cut it to fit. That's all we did. Really simple, really easy, and you can, slap it right on the car. So America always looks absolutely amazing, especially on this car, am I right? Drop a like for the flag, boys. And now, I will tell you guys that I've got some people that ask me about our tinted headlights. Now, these are the stock headlights. These are 100% factory stock, original. This tint is pre-made tint. As you can, it goes over these little nipples right here, and it's a perfect fit pretty much. Now, we got these off eBay, and it's a real thick material. So if you just search on eBay for tint, you could probably find these, but we got these for the headlights. Then we tinted the rears and the window, so all the windows. So that's pretty much it for all the window tinting and lighting and whatnot. All right, guys, and then another thing that we did on this car is we actually had the car repainted. If you guys can't really tell, this is a fresh paint job. The paint's probably about a year old. But if you guys know anything about these cars, I don't know if it's a lot of other paint colors, but I know on the whites, on the SN95s, I think they were painted poorly from the factory. So every white original paint car you had all the typical terrible chipping spots. Like there was chipping like here. There was huge spots missing all around here on that side. Huge chipping and missing over here and all over the trunk, and just a whole bunch of spots. So we had the car repainted about a year ago. And believe it or not, we had the car painted by Mako. And the paint held up really well, actually. So I can't complain about the quality of the paint at all. They did a really good job. Now, obviously, we've driven the car. We don't have it ceramic coated or anything, and I wish we did, but we've got a couple chipping spots, not because of Mako, but there's like a chip spot right here and one little chip spot right there. But other than that, the car is really, really, really nice. It really freshened up the car a lot. The paint was really bad. I'll have to show you, I'll have to throw a picture of what the car looked like before we did all the stuff to it. Now, honestly, guys, like I've said it a million times before, but this car, we weren't able to get it to where it is now until I graduated from high school. My dad was a single father growing up, like I've said like a million times before. I'll try to get through this story, but he always put that car behind him to raise me. So you know, we've been through hard times and stuff, just like everybody else, but the car always ran just fine. So he got to enjoy the car, and we got to make memories in this car and everything, you know, me growing up and whatnot. But you know, he couldn't do the things he wanted to do with this car, you know, and fortunate enough for me, I got a really good job out of high school, and I was able to help it get him to where it is now. Now when COVID happened, I was one of the people that got laid off during the economic, you know, thing, so I had to get a different job, but I was lucky enough to get it to where it is now. So you know, I'm really, really thankful and blessed that, you know, we still have this car after all these years. You know, it's pretty much almost 20 years we've had this car. So through all the good times and all the bad times, this car has always been there for us, and it's never given us any problems. So when I graduated, doing the intake manifold, cleaning, all the extra little maintenance things, and doing everything else to the car outside to make it look the way it does now is truly a blessing. You know, we've been, you know, God's really blessed us, and couldn't be happier, guys, honestly. Of course, more power would always be awesome, but that's a dream. But anyway, guys, enough of me ranting. Let's continue on with this build modification list. This was something my dad did, but and the lower valance of the car, you got these like fins, and it like I think they transfer air down those channels, I think probably to help cool the brakes or something. I don't really know what they're for, but he painted those, I call them fins, but honestly it really helped out the car a lot. I really liked that he did that. And then I'll go ahead and save the best for last. Oh yeah, guys, our park bench, baby. Yeah, we have the 2000 Cobra R wing on this car. Now, everyone's got their opinions on the car. That's fine. Everyone's got their opinions on the wing. Me personally, I love it. Ain't going nowhere. One of the reasons why I like that wing so much is because of our 4-inch cowl hood and that wing, and because the way the body of these cars are, how the car has a natural slope down to it. If you put an imaginary line inside the car, the bottom of the wing and the top of the hood, they line up like perfectly. So I really like that. It kind of evens out the car. And like I said, the car's got a natural slope down, and the rear end's a little higher up, so it's got kind of a muscular stance to it. So I really like that. But like I said, people are gonna have their opinions on the wing. Honestly, I don't care. Keyboard warriors can type all they want. Doesn't bother me. All I'll say is, you know, if someone's gonna comment about that shouldn't be on the car, Saleen wheels shouldn't be on a non-Saleen Mustang. Terminator front bumpers, Terminator hoods, Terminator rear bumpers shouldn't be on a V6, a GT, or a Mach 1. And yeah, I can go on and on and on. So people are gonna do what they want. And like I said, we're happy with the car. I think on our car, I think the wing looks great, and it's supposed to be there. So we're happy with it. All right, guys, I think that that pretty much wraps up everything done to the 97 Slobra. And you know, I thank you guys, that whoever comments about the looks of this car, whoever wants to know about what's done to the car, you know, I thank you guys for all the compliments. And if you guys, I feel like some of you guys probably might want to take some notes off of it or something, because y'all asked, which is cool. You know, y'all just do what you want and everything. So thank you for all the support. And we just hit 315 subscribers. So thank you for everyone who's subscribed. And if you guys haven't subscribed already, I highly encourage you to subscribe and stick around, because we got a lot more cool stuff with my Mach 1 and our Terminator Cobra. So just stick around and check out the fun pretty soon. And I'll continue to keep making videos with the Old Faithful here, you know. Thank you, guys.